in 3, 2, and 1. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the all-new Leapmotor B10 right before our eyes.
The SUV market is at war. Chinese brands were already growing fast, cutting prices, and many people thought the traditional giants were still comfortable. Big mistake. China has just confirmed 5 new SUVs for 2026, and they are not here to test the waters. They are here to shake the entire industry. Complete redesigns, sharper lines, better finished cabins, but without abandoning what made them dangerous in the first place. Powerful electric motors, cutting-edge technology, and a level of refinement that nobody expected from brands that did not even exist a decade ago. While legacy automakers are defending territory with outdated platforms and bloated prices, China is attacking every single segment at once. And yes, the established brands know it, and it makes them very uncomfortable. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 new Chinese SUVs for 2026 that are already shaking the global market, and you will understand exactly what I mean when you get to number 4, a compact SUV that costs less than $20,000 and delivers things that rivals twice the price simply cannot match. And number 1 is a flagship launch. Quiet, calculated, almost no one saw it coming, and it is arriving this very year. Welcome to the best car channel on YouTube. This is Out of Cars. Number 5, Leapmotor B10 2026. We start with a name that not many people outside of the EV world know yet, but one that is about to become impossible to ignore. This is the Leapmotor B10 2026. And yes, the moment you see it, you understand that something has changed in the entry-level SUV space. Leapmotor spent years building quietly, absorbing Stellantis investment, developing its own central computing architecture, and now with the B10, it is ready to introduce itself to the world on its own terms. The design is not timid. The front end is sharp and clean, with a full-width LED light bar that stretches across the grille, slim headlights that give the face a focused, almost aggressive expression, and a body that looks planted and purposeful. Compared to other entry-level offerings in this segment, the B10 does not look like it is trying to save money. It looks like it was designed by people who genuinely wanted to make something worth looking at. And Toyota, Volkswagen, and Hyundai all know this kind of design language at this kind of price point is a direct threat. Now let us talk about the platform, because this is where Leapmotor makes a statement. The B10 rides on the company's proprietary Leap 3.5 centralized electronic and electrical architecture. This is not a budget approach. This is a system that consolidates vehicle control into a central computing unit, reducing wiring complexity, cutting costs, and enabling over-the-air updates that can genuinely improve the car after you buy it. This architecture also supports full self-development of key components, meaning Leapmotor controls everything from the motor to the battery management software. For the powertrain, the Leapmotor B10 launches with a pure electric setup, producing around 154 horsepower and delivering instant torque that makes urban driving feel effortless. The WLTP range lands at approximately 265 miles on a single charge, which is genuinely competitive for a compact SUV of this size and price. Inside, the cabin is where Leapmotor earns its biggest points. The dashboard is dominated by a large central touchscreen. Physical buttons are minimal but well placed, and the material quality is well above what you would expect for the segment. Leapmotor understood that buyers today judge a car from the inside first, and they built the B10 accordingly. The Leapmotor B10 2026 enters the market at approximately $22,000 in its base configuration. For what it delivers, that number is hard to argue with. This is not a compromise. This is a calculated entry into the global market by a brand that has been watching, learning, and waiting for exactly this moment. And this is only number 5. Number 4, BYD Atto 2 2026. Now we move to something that sent a genuine shockwave through the industry when its pricing was confirmed. A compact electric SUV with a name that carries enormous brand weight and a price tag that almost nobody expected. This is the BYD Atto 2 2026, and BYD knew exactly what it was doing when it built this. The Atto 2 does not come from a brand that is experimenting. BYD is the world's largest electric vehicle manufacturer. They sell more electric cars than anyone else on the planet. And with the Atto 2, they decided to take everything they learned from building millions of EVs and pack it into the most accessible entry point they have ever created. The design is clean, modern, and confident. The front face follows BYD's latest design language with a closed grille, full LED light strip across the hood line, and a silhouette that looks genuinely contemporary without being aggressive for the sake of it. This is a compact SUV designed to appeal to as many buyers as possible without ever looking boring, and it succeeds. The Atto 2 is built on BYD's e-Platform 3.0, the same foundation that underpins multiple vehicles across the brand's lineup. That platform brings real structural benefits, a low center of gravity, integrated battery design, and the kind of safety architecture that earned BYD 5-star ratings in multiple global crash tests. This is not a budget car wearing premium clothing. This is a legitimately engineered product that happens to cost very little. The powertrain produces 167 horsepower with an estimated range of around 250 miles. The blade battery technology that BYD pioneered is central to everything here. It's safer, more space efficient, and more thermally stable than conventional lithium-ion packs. This is a technology advantage that many rivals are still trying to replicate. Inside, BYD surprises again. The Atto 2 features a rotating central touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a fully digital instrument cluster, and a level of interior finish that buyers stepping into the car for the first time genuinely did not expect to see. The seats are comfortable, the materials feel considered, and the overall experience sits several levels above what the price would suggest. And now the number that shook the analysts. The BYD Atto 2 2026 is available from just under $18,000 in key markets, a figure that even the most skeptical commentators had to acknowledge. BYD studied the global market, identified the biggest gap in the accessible EV segment, and filled it with a product that punches well above its weight in every single category. This is one of the most strategically important launches of the decade, and we're not even at the top 3 yet.
Number 3. BYD eMax 7 2026. We open the top 3 with a vehicle that represents something completely different. A full-size electric MPV and SUV crossover built for families who refuse to compromise on either space or technology. This is the BYD eMax 7 2026, and from the moment it arrives on stage, it makes clear that it is playing its own game. The eMax 7 is not small, it is not modest, it is a 7-seat electric vehicle built to dominate the family transport conversation in a way that very few rivals have managed. The exterior design is confident and upright, with a bold front face, distinctive LED daytime running lights, and a greenhouse that gives the cabin an almost architectural quality. It looks like a statement, because it is. This vehicle rides on BYD's dedicated EV architecture, with a long wheelbase that translates directly into a cabin that competitors simply cannot match for rear seat space and practicality. The third row is genuinely usable, not the kind of third row that manufacturers photograph with children to disguise the fact that no adult can survive back there. Actual functional space for real passengers on real journeys. The powertrain options span a range of outputs, with the flagship version producing over 300 horsepower and offering all-wheel drive with dual motor configuration. Range extends to approximately 320 miles, and CATL's battery technology ensures thermal management stays stable even under aggressive driving conditions. Inside, BYD has taken the technology forward in every direction. The eMax 7 offers a full-width panoramic roof, massaging front seats, a rear entertainment system, ambient lighting with dozens of customizable settings, and a central operating system that integrates navigation, climate, entertainment, and vehicle controls into one coherent experience. The material quality is premium throughout. This is a vehicle that makes families feel looked after. The BYD eMax 7 2026 is priced from around $33,000, depending on the market and configuration. For a 7-seat, fully electric vehicle with this level of technology and space, that price positions it directly against established rivals at significantly higher price points. And the buyers who have experienced it understand exactly what that means. Number 2. Deepal S07 2026. Now we arrive at one of the most exciting, most talked about, and most polarizing launches in the entire lineup. A brand that not everyone knows yet, but one that is turning heads everywhere it goes. This is the Deepal S07 2026, and Deepal did not come here to blend in. Deepal is backed by Chang'an Automobile, one of China's oldest and most experienced manufacturers, and partnered with CATL for battery technology. That combination is not accidental. It means the S07 carries both deep engineering heritage and the most advanced battery technology on the planet, and you feel it the moment you engage with this vehicle. The design is where the S07 makes its first impression, and it does not waste the opportunity. The exterior is genuinely striking, with a swept-back roofline, frameless doors, a closed face with an illuminated light signature, and proportions that sit closer to a sports coupe than a conventional SUV. This is a vehicle designed to draw attention, not through gimmicks, through legitimate design confidence. The S07 rides on Deepal's dedicated EV architecture, with a low floor structure enabled by the flat battery pack below. That translates into a center of gravity that makes the driving dynamics feel far more engaging than most SUVs in this class. The suspension tuning is sophisticated, and the steering has genuine weight and feedback. Deepal clearly intended for this vehicle to be driven with enthusiasm. The flagship all-wheel drive version produces 430 horsepower and covers the 0 to 60 sprint in under 4 seconds. These are supercar metrics, delivered inside a practical family SUV at a fraction of supercar money. The CLTC range extends to over 400 miles, and CATL's battery technology ensures thermal management stays stable even under aggressive driving conditions. Inside, Deepal presents a cabin that feels closer to a technology showcase than a conventional car interior. The full-length dashboard screen integrates seamlessly into the dashboard architecture. The seats offer heating, cooling, and massage as standard on upper trims, and the head-up display projects critical information in augmented reality format. This is a vehicle that makes other manufacturers' interiors look like they have not been updated in a decade, because for many of them, they haven't. The Deepal S07 2026 is priced from approximately $28,000 in its base configuration and rises through the trim levels from there. At that entry point, it challenges vehicles that cost significantly more and does so with performance, technology, and design that the competition is genuinely struggling to answer. This is the kind of launch that makes automotive industry observers stop and reconsider everything they thought they knew about Chinese brands. And now we arrive at number 1.
Number 1. BYD eMax 9 2026. Now we reach the vehicle that has generated more conversation, more anticipation, and more genuine industry concern among legacy automakers than any other launch on this list. A flagship SUV that is not just competing, it is redefining what flagship means in the electric era. This is the BYD eMax 9 2026, and BYD was very deliberate about how they revealed this vehicle. Quietly, strategically, almost under the radar of mainstream automotive media, because they did not need noise, they had substance. The eMax 9 is BYD's most ambitious vehicle to date. It is a full-size premium electric SUV positioned directly against the best that Europe, America, and Japan have ever produced in this segment. The exterior presence is commanding, with a long, wide body, flush door handles, a clean horizontal light signature front and rear, and proportions that communicate authority without aggression. This is a vehicle that arrives and the conversation in the room shifts. It is that kind of presence. The eMax 9 sits on BYD's latest premium EV platform with an extended wheelbase that prioritizes the rear passenger experience above all else. The rear cabin offers individual lounge-style seats with full recline, leg rests, heating and cooling, and an entertainment system integrated into the seatbacks. The panoramic roof floods the interior with light, and the acoustic engineering has been obsessed over to the point where road noise at highway speed is barely a consideration. The powertrain produces over 500 horsepower in the dual-motor all-wheel drive configuration, with an estimated range exceeding 400 miles.
BYD's latest Blade battery generation provides not just exceptional range, but structural integrity, passing nail penetration tests that earlier generation batteries could not survive. This is a battery that is genuinely safer and more energy dense than what the market expected from a production vehicle at any price. The technology inside the eMax 9 represents everything BYD has learned across millions of vehicles, condensed into its most complete expression. The intelligent driving system features LiDAR, multiple radar units, and a camera array that enables full self-driving capability in supported markets. The onboard computing power processes all of this with enough headroom for continuous improvement via over-the-air updates. The central screen, ambient lighting, air suspension with terrain adaptation, and a sound system that partners with a premium audio brand complete a package that BYD themselves describe as the ultimate expression of what they are capable of. The BYD eMax 9 2026 is priced from approximately $45,000, a figure that positions it directly in the territory occupied by the best European and American luxury SUVs. And buyers who have spent time with both the eMax 9 and its competitors have come away with an answer that the legacy brands find increasingly difficult to hear. BYD is not imitating luxury, they are defining a new version of it. This was never a brand trying to survive on low prices and volume alone. This was always a brand building toward this moment, and here it is. So subscribe right now, because when the official global rollout of the eMax 9 is confirmed and the pricing lands in your market, you are going to want to have already heard what I am about to cover next. And if Chinese electric vehicles fascinate you as much as they fascinate me, I put together another video covering the Chinese EVs you absolutely need to avoid buying this year. Click it and watch it all the way through, because at least 2 of them are going to completely surprise you, and not in a good way.